and work lights. Next LED, the durable, versatile, flexible, and rechargeable undercar light. 3 different lighting modes provide just the right amount of illumination that your work demands. And for more up-close work, use the flexible detail light. Weighing in at just 2 pounds, Next LED's solid, sturdy construction means it's drop-resistant and can stand up to the toughest jobs. Your Next LED also comes standard with 2 illumination settings, white and UVA, with a max brightness for the 10-inch disc light at 500 lumens and 200 lumens for the 18-inch long flexible light. You're sure to illuminate those trouble areas that ordinary lights fail to show. The disc light also comes standard with a UV switch for fast and accurate leak detection. 2 included rechargeable lithium-ion batteries ensure that you'll always have power, even for those jobs on the go. And when your lithium-ion batteries eventually do run low, you can always plug your Next LED into a standard outlet for hours of illumination. The future of the automotive maintenance industry is bright. And thanks to Next LED, it just got much brighter. For more information on how you can obtain your new Next LED light, and UVA, with a max brightness for the 10-inch disc light at 500 lumens and 200 lumens for the 18-inch long flexible light. You're sure to illuminate those trouble areas that ordinary lights fail to show. The disc light also comes standard with a UV switch for fast and accurate leak detection. 2 included rechargeable lithium-ion batteries ensure that you'll always have power, even for those jobs on the go. And when your lithium-ion batteries eventually do run low, you can always plug your Next LED into a standard outlet for hours of illumination. The future of the automotive maintenance industry is bright. And thanks to Next LED, it just got much brighter. For more information on how you can obtain your new Next LED light, visit mynextled.com.
Welcome back to the After Two Beers podcast. I'm Dutch Dalton, joined as always by Kimmy Gibbler.
That's me.
Gibbler, are you ready for some news?
I like the news.
All right. We've got at least 4 stories, potentially. We're just going to do 4. The 5th one was about the world's biggest pumpkin. And when you start building a show, you look at the stories and you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting. It's like 2,800-pound pumpkin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's a big-ass pumpkin.
That's a big-ass pumpkin.
Right?
How do you grow that big a pumpkin?
But then you start doing the other stories. You're like, I really don't care so much about the pumpkin now. Right? So here's our first one. This comes to us from Boldy.com. Actually, UPI, rather. UPI, and this was written by Ben Hooper. It says, man becomes second ever to kayak from California to Hawaii. This was on September 28th. A California man became the second person ever to kayak from California to Hawaii, a journey that took him 91 days.
91 days. I was going to say, that's kind of a distance, right?
That's a big distance. 91 days he's just sitting out there on the boat. That's a long time on the boat.
I don't know that you can fit 91 days worth of food in a kayak.
Well, maybe he was fishing.
I mean, maybe he was not like, oh my gosh, have you heard, speaking of fishing, nope, we'll talk about that at another time.
What?
The guy that was
yeah,
putting weights in the fish.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure that shit happened. I just like the memes that are coming out of that.
Well, did you see the video footage of the guy? I'm surprised the guy didn't get punched in the face. You don't mess with some fishermen.
No,
Okay,
you don't.
go ahead. Proceed. Sorry.
That's all right. His name is, and I'm going to butcher the hell out of this. He's clearly not from England. Cyril Duramo, 46 of Marin, set sail off Monterey in June in his modified kayak, I swear I went to a different language there, which included pedals and a small sleeping cabin, but no motor or sail. His journey ended 91 days later when he arrived in Hilo last week.
Did you say a sleeping cabin in a kayak?
Yeah, here's a picture of the kayak. It's small. It looks like a kayak that's just got shit built on it. This is what happens when you give like people that with a motorhome, but then they hit a small lottery, like a $10,000 one.
So they add some extra spice to their
to the RV. That's what this guy did with his kayak. But anyway, he attempted the same feat last year, but ended up being rescued by a Coast Guard helicopter due to weather and equipment issues. He'd spent about 10 hours a day paddling.
That's a long time.
And that's what AJ said when I told her the story. And I said, what about the 14 hours he was just sitting there every day?
I want to see the size of this guy's forearms.
Oh, forearms. Yeah, he was just out there pounding the meat. You think that's what he was doing? He's like, I want to spend a month away.
That was how he trained. That's how you get the forearms to be able to paddle for
I'm like, man, you don't need a kayak to do that. You just need a couch in the basement.
Oh, gosh. Remind me to never sit on your couch again.
I'm not talking about my couch. I'm talking about every man's couch. But anyway, no, he sat out there for 14 hours a day, just like, I don't know, just thinking his thought. You think he was crushing candies?
Some of that 14 was going to be like some napping. But yeah, he may have been playing some Candy Crush.
Oh, man.
That shit'll get you. It's like addicting.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I want to know now if this is what Tom Hanks was doing in The Castaway. Is he was just sitting out there for 14 hours just pounding at Wilson, and that's why Wilson swam away? Oh. You think that's why Wilson escaped? Oh. It changes the whole complexity of that film. I'll tell you.
There were some outtakes.
I'm going to tell you right now, we've been doing this show for 5 years, and that's probably the funniest thing I've ever said. Is the fact that Wilson swam away because he was getting pounded by Tom Hanks. Yeah, AJ's going to get home, and she's just going to give me the smirk.
I bet you. I can't see her right now, but I bet she's shaking her head.
Oh, yeah, she's not laughing about it, but it's hilarious. All right, here's our second news story. This comes to us from Boldy.com. This is by Ellie Killador, and this one just came out this week as well. Lindsay Marsh filed for divorce in April of 2021, ready to end her relationship with her ex-husband, Chris Marsh, and leave it in the past. Have you ever gone through a divorce?
Never.
Never? Okay, let's say hypothetically you'd gone through a couple. And let me tell you about this and see how you would react. Lindsay and Chris had been married for 25 years before they split. 25. So they shared all kinds of intimacies. One such example is the album of full nude boudoir photos she gave Chris many years ago as a gift that she rightfully took when they split. According to the Salt Lake Tribune, Chris claimed he wanted to hang on to the loving messages his ex-wife wrote inside the albums. That's kind of freaky in a weird way, isn't it, right? He's clearly not over this.
Yeah.
Or do you think he was thinking, I may take a kayak from California to Hawaii.
Right? And I want to remember her pre-children.
And I got 14 hours a day. He wanted to keep them. A little strange given that their marriage is over. Nevertheless, a Davis County judge ruled in his favor and ordered Lindsay to hand them over.
Because they were a gift.
They were, well, here's where, so first, before we even move on, let's say hypothetically, you would ever send a nude picture to one of your husbands. I don't know anything. Like, you're looking at me like.
No, I'm just listening.
All right. And let's say you had remember the Madonna sex book that she did, like the coffee table book in the early 90s? No?
No.
Well, you're clearly a woman and not a pre-adolescent boy in the 90s.
Right.
But she had this book, and it was just, different pictures of her, artfully done, as every guy says about pictures of a naked woman. But would it be weird for you to know that your exes have a book of you right now?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be weird?
It'd be so weird.
Oh, they could just whip it out anytime.
But for one, like, why would they want to?
Well, clearly this guy's not over his marriage.
I guess.
Right?
So it was not like a mutual agreement.
No, she wanted the book. She took it with her. She's like,
no, but I mean the divorce. Like,
well, I'm guessing not.
Why would he want, tasteful nudes? Tasteful side boob.
This guy is clearly
ex-wife.
This guy is clearly living the life of he stopped loving her today. This guy is not over his marriage. Anyway, the judge said that while Lindsay did give Chris the photos, she would first give them to a complete stranger to censor, who would then hand them back to Chris. So
I don't think they were as tastefully done as we're thinking if they have to be censored.
Well, clearly there's all kinds of pictures of her cash and prizes, right? And so now she's freaking out. Like, you've got to hand this over to a perfect stranger, and they've got to look through them before they give them back to Chris.
If I can tell any young people, it's this. Do not send something that you don't want everybody to see.
Oh. Well, that's
seriously.
Oh my God!
It's just like, and even people that you trust, that was her spouse and she did it. But if you don't want it posted on Facebook, do not have it done.
Oh, that's the biggest fear as a parent. Like, you want to tell your kids. It's so funny. Like, I was literally just thinking this as AJ and I were driving here, and we talked about going live. We're still live, right? Woohoo! Xfinity's holding out. So
no comments.
We're driving here, and I'm thinking, man, you drop one thing wrong, and you're like, your life is ruined. You might as well just, for what? What do we make? $30 a month? And we pay $100 a month to do the show? Right now, I lose $70 a month for you people. I'm
because
just
we
kidding.
love you.
I mean that I love you guys so much.
But you're not getting any nudes.
No. We want our book back. No, that would be weird, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now moving on to our third story. How are these stories? See, these are way better than pumpkins.
Much better than pumpkins.
Much better than
Even
pumpkins.
though he had a whole book of her pumpkins.
all,
Pictures of her pumpkins.
all her gourds.
Oh my gourd.
And her pumpkin patch. All right. Now, this is the beauty of the show. We are still, 5 years in, we're still learning, we're still figuring things out, and we're working with Kevin here at E Studios to do the same sort of thing. And so now we're going live on Facebook and YouTube, so people can come and watch the show with us. But the coolest part is we have this cool monitor behind us. And so as, we're going to reference certain things on the audio version as you're driving to work or, sitting watching your kids play sports, you won't be able to do it. You can look it up on your phone.
There you go.
While you're driving 70 down the interstate, just grab your phone out real quick.
Don't do this. Do not do this.
All right. So I'm going to start reading this story, and these are about the gloves, Kevin. So we will build this out. We will actually build a formal script one day, and he'll just come into this. AJ's the producer and director. She's back there. She knows what she's doing. So here's the first story, and I want you to see these things. Again, this is just from this week, Boldy.com. This is from Matilda Welch. No, I'll tell you when to look back there.
Okay. I'm like, should
It's
I be
actually going to
looking?
be on the main screen.
Oh, even better, right in front of us?
Right.
Nice.
Okay. Even better. But now, will the viewers get to see this?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool. This is so 1998, and we're just now getting it right.
We're a couple years
Cheers to
behind.
that.
Yeah. Paris Fashion Week is upon us, which means we're yet again being treated some of the best and as well some of the most bizarre
So bizarre.
trends. For 2022, it's been business as usual with designers pulling out all stops to get the media talking. Rashumi Bader and Lacey Erber have succeeded in this regard, as everyone cannot stop talking about the designer's condom gloves seen on the runway throughout the show on Wednesday, September 28th.
Well, all you had to do is look at the Weather Channel this last week.
But look at these gloves.
I mean, we have microphones and they don't have
Look at these-
condoms on them.
Yeah, but look at these
But-
gloves. These things, they look like those teardrop things that people used to use to
Like,
water
is she
their
going to wade?
I don't know, but just the fact that adult people are wearing these things is hilarious. The latex.
Not all adult people are wearing these.
The latex was blown out into a rounded balloon shape filled with liquid, and that's got to be weird, and placed over the hands of models in order to bring water to the runway.
I need it to not be water, but like moisturizer.
Oh, it's so weird.
They're just moisturizing their hands.
Our thinking was, how can we collaborate with nature and not with another fashion brand? I guess they don't consider Trojan a fashion brand.
I was getting ready to say, and this commercial is brought to you by Trojan.
Oh, it's so weird.
That is weird. What's that?
It's a whole bag made out of. It looks like, I don't know, a scrotum. I don't get Paris fashion. All right, let's move on to the next story. This one's gross.
That's weird.
It is weird.
It's just weird.
You sound like my mom now. It's weird.
That's
It's
just
so
weird.
All right,
That's weird, Chris.
here's our fourth and last story. So bad. Will you bring up the picture? I hate bringing this picture up. So this lady here, her
what the?
a Montana hunter has come under fire after she killed and skinned a Siberian husky that she allegedly mistook for a wolf. And
In unrelated news, she's also going to see the eye doctor this week.
Gosh, I feel so. Kevin's back here laughing.
Oh my god!
Now I gotta tell you, I love animals more than anything. There's two groups that are in my life that I would, fight to my death to defend, and that's children and animals.
Sorry, AJ.
Yeah, no, well, she's
I'm
not
kidding,
a
I'm
group.
kidding.
She's not a group. She's an individual. But when I read this story, it gets so much better. Amber Rose Barnes, 36, was out bear hunting when she came across the animal, which she claimed she believed to be a wolf pup.
Other than it had a collar and a microchip.
Oh my God. And it would sit when you called it.
Right.
It's after killing and skinning the dog, she then posted photos of herself posing with the dead animal on
my
Facebook.
gosh.
Now, I got to be straight with you guys on this. Is one, I grew up in Indiana. I love to fish, which I know the hypocrisy of what I'm getting ready to say. I can't get
But
over.
you don't post pictures of you holding a fish.
I have, but I throw them back. I promise you this: I'm a catch and release guy. I don't understand the fascination with shooting a deer and then holding up its dead carcass as a reward to show everybody how good of a hunter
maybe
you are.
showing its like awesome antlers, but no. I mean, I don't know.
Even that. That'd be like shooting a human and going, look how nice the earlobes are on this person. Seriously. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you want to go
It's got nicely grown nostrils.
Oh, and what I love about this story, because I hate this story, but I love it, is that this woman thinks she's out there just saving the world from all. First of all, what's wrong with the wolf pup? And she's bragging about it. So let me keep going. This is her words in a post that has been deleted. So this morning I set out for a solo predator hunt on a fall black bear because apparently bears are a problem in her area. I'm kidding. She just wants to shoot and kill something. Anyway, however, However, I got the opportunity to take another predator wolf pup. 2022 was a great feeling to text my man and say I just smoked a wolf pup.
No.
Yeah. Now, while it's just as horrifying as she had killed the wolf, the fact is that it was a Siberian Husky fired up commenters even more, and they
She probably put it on the community post, and it was like the owner was like, "Hey,
Oh, I love
Sassafras, our family dog."
You know, so many women and men. I don't. That sounded rude. That sounded very rude. So many people like to get all dressed up and done up nice, and then they post pictures because they love that attention. Am I right?
Same thing with this.
This is what she did. She skinned a dog thinking it was a wolf pup, thinking she's going to be so well liked. Oh, this lady. Oh, let me point out her name again one more time. Amber Rose Barnes. Amber Rose.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart. Well, apparently, they said that the animal was one of 11 Husky and Shepherd mixes that had been abandoned on the land, and they were living on it. The parties were able to pick up 11 dogs, which they turned over to the animal control and taken to an animal shelter. Animal control later located several other dogs in Dory's Creek area, which were also taken to the animal shelter. Several of the dogs tested positive for parvo and are currently being evaluated. We are looking to identify the person or persons who left the dogs in the area, the statement said. During the investigation, we were advised through Montana Fish Wildlife Parks that one of the dogs may have been shot. The person...
I'm guessing it was.
Yeah. The person who is believed to have shot the dog has been identified. The case is under investigation. Now, this is I don't know. Like, you have that one family member that no matter how fucked up, they do something. Like, I'm allowed to say it one time and still be PG-13. How messed up they do something and they never admit fault.
I guarantee that would be her.
This is Amber.
She's saving the whole pack from the parvo now.
Well, perhaps to take the heat off herself a bit, Barnes claimed that despite the mistake, the dog needed to die since it was coming to attack her. She said, "Yes, I made a mistake because I didn't think it was a hybrid wolf pup." Or she goes, "I did think it was a hybrid wolf pup. Yes, I would have still shot it because it was aggressive and coming directly for me," she claimed. The whole situation is tragic and awful. It's awful because you shot a dog and skinned it and posted it on
Maybe
Facebook.
even if it had parvo or if it was like aggressive, you might have shot it, but you don't skin it and then like, I don't know. She was like retracing her steps.
Well, it's because she shot a dog.
It was a dog.
People love dogs.
I like dogs.
Oh, this is so weird.
You like dags?
And what's the wildest part to me is I think she must have had somebody with her taking these pictures. And look how happy she is. Now, the messed up part to me is it doesn't matter that it was a dog or if it was a pup. She's just so happy to have killed something.
But it doesn't even look remotely like a wolf.
Well, no, because it's not.
It's a dog. It's a dog.
The only way it could look any more like a dog is if it, was sitting on top of a little house. Well, that too. And I was thinking of like Snoopy eating like bones and shit. Anyway, all right. This has been an experiment for us. We greatly appreciate you tuning in tonight. It will definitely get some of the wrinkles ironed out, and we will be smooth as glass moving forward. But we greatly appreciate you sitting in with us. A big thank you again to Kevin here at East Studios. Without him, we wouldn't be able to do this. And again, thank you to AJ for everything she does for the show. And what else? Patreon sponsors. We want to make sure we thank our Patreon sponsors. If you haven't had a chance, make sure you check out after2beers.com. That's the number 2. You can find links to our social media pages, past episodes, and an opportunity to maybe give us a tip, buy us a shot.
Yes, that's right. And a reminder that they may see a little bit of a hiatus of us posting because we're going on vacation.
Yes, we will be on vacation next week. So we won't be back next week, but the following. So be sure to look for us on Tuesday evenings here moving forward. at least until the first of the year. So, Gibbler, one of the other things that we always say, we missed it last week, but it's very, very important. And it may be the only reason we still continue to do the show is I want to say this stuff, which is if you see somebody that you think might be struggling, they probably are. Just stop by and visit them, send them a message, send them a care package. Just, I don't know.
Give them some love.
Put a random pumpkin on their front step. It'll at least give them something to figure out for a few days. You know, they'll figure it out. But
Who put that there?
right. Everybody loves a good mystery. But in all seriousness, let's take care of each other. Let's support each other, and the world will be a better place. So without further ado, Gibbler, we will talk to them all next time.
After 2 beers.